not by calling, while designing only or while defining only. And return a minus b. What are the a minus b value? I'm asking to return that value. And now srk underscore d of first value I'm going to give the 10, second value I'm going to give the 40. Now first, this function was created with how many arguments? Number of arguments I am asking. Number of arguments are 2. Next, what are arguments? What arguments means A and B. These are the arguments. In this, which are type of arguments? Next one is type. Type of arguments is A is compulsory and B is default. How you know that? So whenever you click on the shift tab, okay, in that for which argument equal to symbol is there, that is automatically default. Now what is meant by default? Default means if you don't give, if you don't give value for default argument, if you don't give value for default argument while calling, if you don't give default argument, if you don't give value for default argument, it takes default value automatically. It takes default value automatically. While calling, if you don't provide the value for the default argument, it will take. If you provide, this is if you don't provide, I have written. If you don't give, if you give while calling, it will take the your value only. If you give your value only, it will take. It will not take automatically. Now, so here I'm writing the two arguments. The first argument is compulsory. 10 is I'm going to provide A value is compulsory, mandatory. B value I'm writing 40. So now B value will be considered as 20 or 40 or. Means whatever I have written, that will be, it will take. If you give your value, if you don't give, then it will take the default value. So now SRK underscore T is 10 comma 40, which is equal to minus 30. Right? So if for example, if same SRK underscore D, inside that I am providing only 10, B value I have not provided, then it is going to take the B value as 20. And what is the output? Minus 10. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone understood? Yes or no? So that is called as default argument. So default argument means if you don't give, it will take automatically. Now see here, within the print function, 10 comma 20. 10 comma 20 means by default separator. What is the separator here? Default argument. By default, it is taking the default separator. SCP means nothing but separator between the values. So the separator between the values by default, what it will take? Space as the string. Space string it is taking. For example, I have written clearly separator should be considered as comma as the string. Comma. Now comma will be considered, space will be considered, means comma will be considered because you have written clearly space, comma. If you don't write anything, if you don't give anything, by default it will take the space. Default value space. For example, here I have written the something space. What are the this separator is there? Column, something I have written. Now this will be considered or space will be considered means whatever the value, your value is there, your value only will be considered. Points are clear? So default argument will take default if you don't provide. If you provide, it will not take that. Next, coming to the last type of argument is called as arbitrary arguments. Okay, next one is called as arbitrary arguments. Now, what is meant by arbitrary arguments? Arbitrary arguments means nothing but you are not going to provide. What is meant by arbitrary arguments? Arbitrary arguments means you are not going to provide the number of arguments initially itself. For example, here I am going to write the star A. That is my argument. Now, what is meant by star A? Let's understand the difference. SRK underscore C, def. Inside this, I am providing only one argument, A. Def SRK underscore C, A is equal to 20 or A is equal to 40. Def SRK underscore A and AB underscore AB, and I am providing the star A. Okay, this is while creating the argument of A. Now, when I'm calling these same functions, for example, SRK underscore C, I have called with the 55. Now, what it is going to have? It is going to keep the A value is equal to 55. This value will be assigned to this one, positional argument concept. Or if you write SRK underscore C is equal, A is equal to 55 also directly keyword argument, positional argument or keyword argument. Okay, which is compulsory that can be used. Now, what about this example, Miss? SRK underscore C, if I write here 50, now what is the A value? A value will be considered as 50. If I write SRK underscore C without writing anything, because that is default now, I'm not going to write anything. If I don't write anything also, what is the A value? 40. By default, it will take 40. This example. Now come to this example, what is the arbitrary, Miss? Here, I'm going to write inside the SRK underscore AV, I can write 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. Now the same thing if I write here SRK underscore C 1, 2, 3. What is the answer? A is equal to 1, comma 2, comma 3. Now A is equal to 1, 2, 3 means what happens? It is going to store as a tuple. For example, A, comma B. I have taken 2. Here also let me write A, comma B is equal to 20. A, comma B is equal to 20, guys. Here also let me write A, comma B is equal to 20. Okay, let's take an example like this. Now, this is in this example, let us discuss so that this will be easy. Otherwise, slightly confusion will be there. Now, in this example, SRK underscore C, I am writing 40, comma 50. Now, what is the A value? 40. What is the B value? 50. If I write SRK underscore C, only 55 or 40, only 40. What is the answer? A value is 40, B value is 50, 20 automatically. This is automatic. SRK underscore C, 40, comma 50, comma 60. Now, what is A value? What is B value? A value, what is A value? A value is equal to, now in this case, here 3 arguments are there, here this one is there. So it is going to throw the error. Now in this case only, this arbitrary argument concept has came. So whenever you are going to provide something whenever you are going to provide here your A value, what are the A value is there? A is equal to or SRK underscore AB, simply A is there, star A. If I write here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something, automatically everything will be stored in a single argument called as A as a tuple. Basically, arbitrary argument means tuple of values. So see here, I'm going to ask to return the A. Simply, I'm asking return A. This function was created with this. Now I'm going to ask SRK underscore A. Inside that, I'm providing 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now see, what is the A value it is returning? Tuple of 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, okay, def. Okay, I'm using the def star A, comma B is equal to 40. And return A value. Okay, now I'm asking here in the SRK underscore A 1, 2, 3, 4, comma. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, comma. And if I'm executing, now what happens? Now what is the A value? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because B is going to be considered automatically as the 40. Okay, is the point is clear? Now, so here, for example, I'm going to consider 1, 2, 3, 4 like this, or for every value, for I in A, okay, written A plus 10. Now, so here, SRK underscore A is the function, and in the function, what I have written? Inside the A, what will be there? Oh, this is A, I plus 10. Now, this is the function, guys. Now, in this function, now first, A is equal to tuple of 1, 2, 3, 4. For I in A, for I in A means first value is 1, 1 plus 10. 1 plus 10 is 11, 2 plus 10, 12, 3 plus 10, 13, 4 plus 10, and 14. So you are going to get that 11, 12, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Sir, but I am not getting the 11, 12, 13, 14 like this because here it is returning. Instead of return, if I am writing here print I plus 10. Now it is going to print. Is the point is clear? Return means it is going to give the output as single value. Sir, but it has to give the multiple values as the return, sir. Then you have to what to do? Instead of this printer, here you have to take one empty list. For I in A, okay, L dot append of I plus 10, I plus 10, and return the L value, return L. Now, for every value, 10 will be added and it is going to return the output. Right? What are the function you have written inside that? Sir, return, it will return only one value or multiple values, sir. How many values you asked here to return? L. So it is going to return the L. For example, I am asking comma I. Now what is the last I value? First I value is 1. Second I value is 2. Third I value is 3. What is the fourth I value? 4. So what is the last stored I value? 4. So it is going to return the L value and along with the 4 also. Okay, this one I am executing first, followed by this one. Can you see? It is returning the 4 also. Right? So you can return the multiple things. Sir, why it is again created a tuple? Because you are asking to return the multiple values. See here. Def, again, one more example. I am taking a simple examples, guys. Def underscore, again, A or something, C, something, whatever it is. And here I am going to write A comma B. I am asking to return A value, B value, A minus B value, A plus B value. Now total how many values are going to get written? 4 values. For example, SRK underscore C is the function and I am using 10 comma 20. Now in this, what is first value? Return A. What is A value here? 10. 10 will be returned. Comma B. What is B value? 20. Comma A minus B. What is A minus B? 10 minus 20. That is minus 10. A plus B. A plus B means 10 plus 20, 30. So total 4 values it has to return. So how it is going to return 4 values means in a tuple. In a tuple it will return. So whenever a function is returning the multiple values, automatically the multiple values will be written in the tuple. Okay, multiple values. It is not the single value, so automatically multiple values. Sir, why multiple values will be written in a tuple, sir? Why it can't written as normally like this? 10, 20, minus 10, 30, why it not written like this? The reason is very simple reason. Because whatever is getting written, it can be assigned to the variable. Yes or no? It can be assigned. Now when it is returning the 4 values like this, okay, 4 values are written like this. Instead of tuple or something, how you are going to store these 4 values? How you are going to store the 4 values? Sir, for example, I want to store the 4 values. You can store the 4 values either in the 4 variables or in the single variable. For example, I am storing the 4 values in a single variable. Now this single variable consists of what? Tuple. Automatically it will consider the tuple. Now, for example, what are the four values are there? What are the four values it is returning? Instead of storing in the four values, I'm writing in the left side also four variable names. What are the four variable names? I, J, K, and L. Now, what happens? Four values it is returning now. It is storing in the four different variables. Now, if I ask the printer I comma J comma K comma L. Now it is going to give the 10, 20, minus 10, minus that. Okay, whatever it is returning, either it has to be stored in a single variable or it has to be stored in the multiple variables. Remember guys, 1, 2, 3, if you're writing here A, automatically A will be considered as tuple of 1, 2, 3. This already in the variable class I've told you. Or if you write A, B, C is equal to 1, 2, 3 also, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, C is equal to 3, it will take. Okay, A is equal to B is equal to C is equal to 1 means in this example it is going to take A is equal to 1, B is equal to 1, C is equal to 1. Is the point is clear? So multi variables with single value, multi variables with multiple values, single variable with multiple values, single variable with single value. Total four of them I have told you. Now, here whenever you are training the function will take either of these two. The function will take either of these two, any one. Whenever you are returning the multiple values, when a function returns multiple values, when a function returns single value, there is no discussion because single value can be stored in the single variable. But when a function was returned with the multiple values, that multiple values can be stored either in a single variable or equivalent to number of multiple variables. Is the points are clear? Everyone understood the logic? Yes. By default, it is going to take the tuple during the variable assignment I have told you. Now, I tried, one of the student is saying, Amit is saying that I tried B is equal to SRK, B is equal to 3, A is equal to 4, 5, 6. It returns an error. I told you now, either any one. Any one of them only you have to use. Positional arguments means positional, keyword means keyword. You are using two of them as keyword, two of them are positional. So that is the reason it is throwing the error. Amit. Everyone is clear? Anyone has any questions in the user defined functions? All the different types of user defined functions. Both are same. As of now, both are same. In the future, you will see the difference in the algorithms parameter word will be used. Right now, for the functions, parameters and arguments both are same. In the case of functions. Okay? Yeah, Anupam. Star aim is C. Here I am going to show you in the print function. This is the print function. Inside this, ARGS is there. Star ARGS. What is this star ARGS? Basically, ARGS is the argument name. Star means it is going to be the arbitrary argument. What is meant by arbitrary argument means it can take the multiple values. It can take the multiple values. It no need to take the single value, it can take the multiple values. That is the meaning of arbitrary. So here print 10. If I write print 10, it will work. Print 10 comma 20 works. Print 10 comma 20 comma 30 works. Print 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 also works. Why? Because number of arguments are not locked. That is called as arbitrary. Yes. Everything will be stored into a tuple. So whenever you are writing def srk underscore ab, star A. Once you have written this one, and while calling in the SRK underscore AB, how many values you give? 10, 20, list of 30, comma 40, 50, 90, string SRK, something you have given. Okay. How many values you have given? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 values you have given. In the backend, what happens is A is equal to, this is the argument name. This is the value it has to store. A is equal to 10, comma 20, comma 30, comma 40, comma 50, comma 90, comma SRK. Everything will be stored in the tuple. It will store in the tuple. Simple. In the single variable, it will store the multiple values. Anything is fine. Choice is yours. These function names, variable names, everything are pure examples. No restrictions. Any name you can use. Now let us try with the, after the user defined functions, now let us focus on the inbuilt functions. What are the some of the inbuilt functions in the Python? First, ID function. What is meant by ID? It gives the address of the object. Now inside the ID, now tell me here what are the arguments are there? OBJ. What is the type of argument? Compulsory. So you are going to provide the compulsory one argument, that too. So I'm writing the 10. Now what is happening? OBJ is equal to 10 automatically will be assigned and it is going to give the address for that. What are the address is there? It is going to give. Sir, for example, 1 lakh or what are the number? Okay, so for this, what is the address? Sir, this number only not selected, no sir. Till now we have not even used. How it is assigning that number means for every value already numbers are locked. For every value already numbers are locked and they are fixed in the storage. Now, for example, if you write the variable, then it will check that variable is available. If that variable is available, it will fill that value. Then it will check the ID for that. Now this variable is not available, so it is throwing the error. But for value, everything is already locked. For example, yes, something. But this already is available, miss? Yes. Point is clear? Everyone? Right? So simple. Now, sir, what is the use of doing like this? There will be no use. That is the reason we are also not going to use that one. Whichever we are going to store, for example, you are assigning x is equal to 10. For that one only, we'll observe the ID. For the non-stored one, we'll never observe the ID also first. Is the point is clear, guys? Everyone? Understood there? Now, next. Okay. So this is ID function. After the ID function was completed, next we have discussed the length function. For multiple times we have discussed, just we are saying, how many objects it is going to give means return the number of items in a container. What is meant by container? Container means where it is able to store the multiple values. That we call it as containers or which are called as advanced data types. Or in another word is data structures. Everything are same. So inside this you are going to write the some string, either string, list, tuple or set and dictionary. Okay, dictionary means it is going to be a combination of key value pair. How many key value pairs are there? That is the length. A combination of rectangular box below to the rectangular box. A combination. Right? Next. For example, if I am using the next function is POW. Now in this POW function, okay, what are the POW function is there? Total 3 arguments are there. What are the 3 arguments? First one is base, EXP, MOD. So equivalent to base to the power of exponent when 2 arguments are provided. Means POW you can use with the 2 arguments because 2 compulsory arguments are there. 2, 3, assume. So what is the answer means? It is going to give the base to the power of exponent. What is base here? Automatically 2 will be considered as base. Exponent will be considered as this one. So 2 power 3. And the output is 8. Now base to the power modulus base to the power modulus of, for example, 4 I have written. Now, what is the meaning of this? 2 power 3 modulus 4. First, out of these two, which one will be applied first? Modulus or power miss? As per operator's precedence, first one is 2 power 3. Now, modulo miss, which is nothing but a reminder. Sorry. 8. 4 twos are 8. Remainder is 0. Now, what is the answer? 0. When you are providing the 3 arguments, it is going to work in this way. When you have provided 2 arguments, it is going to work in this way. That they have written here. I don't know. They have written here in the docstring like this. So let me try 2 comma 3. 2 comma 3 means 2 arguments are there. 2 power 3 it is giving. I am providing the 3 arguments. 2 comma 3 comma 4. That is my mod is equal to 4. What is the written? Remainder is 0. Is the point is clear? How you got that one? What they have written, just I am using that. This is one of the inbuilt function. So like that, what are the inbuilt functions are there? Just by observing the docstring first, what arguments we can give, what is the expected output. Sir, for example, POW you have taken like this, base, exp and mod. Mod is equal to none. None means if you don't write anything, it will not take anything. That is the meaning of this. Okay, it will not take compulsory, anything. For example, mod is equal to 20 means it will take automatical 20. Taking automatical 20 is now automatical what will take? Nothing will take. None means nothing. Okay, none is one of the data type in Python. That too caps lock NONE. Small NONE is a variable name. Caps lock like caps lock NONE, caps lock true, caps lock false. These 3 of them are values. Only these 3 words comes under values. Other than these 3 English words, everything comes under variable only. Other than these 3. Okay. Now, so you can understand this by whenever you are using this none, NONE, it is in the black letter. Whenever you are using the caps lock NONE, it was turned into the green letter. Green letter means I told you that it is a keyword. Don't use that. Sir, now you told in the starting some list of keyword names. In that list of keyword names, okay, some list of keywords, we are not having the print function. Print is not the keyword. Now I'm using this printer. Print. Basically, it was turned into green color. What I told you, whichever is converting as green color, don't use as the key variable name. For example, you have used as the variable name 40. I have used. What happens, sir? It is accepting. Yes, every function name can be used as the keyword variable name. Only the keywords cannot be used. What is keywords means? Is, not. What are the words we have discussed? If you remember, in the operators we have discussed. Logical operators. What are the logical operators? What are the logical operators, guys? Or, and, not. Is, not. Next, in, not in. Already not is completed. Next, we have discussed some of the keywords. Del. Del is used to delete the variable. And next, we have used if, elif, else. And we have used the for, while, break, continue. These are all the keywords. They are having these keywords we cannot use as a variable name at least. For example, if is equal to 40 for right, I cannot use because what is the meaning of if already you know now. In the starting class you don't know, but you know now. We cannot use the elif because elif meaning is different. So these keywords directly only we cannot use. But function names are there now. Function names we can use as the variable names. But generally we should not use. Sir, if I use what happens? Very simple. If you use this one, okay, now what is a print? What is a backend? Print. Now what is there? 40 is there. But basically print is a function should be there. Now this function was overwrite with this and this was deleted. This is deleted now. Now, for example, if you use the print function will not work. For example, print 55, right? Function will not work. Sir, why it is throwing the error, sir? You have deleted now. Print function was overlapped. Sir, where I have overlapped, sir? This one only, no, sir. Basically, it is printer. Inside that, some function is there. Inside that, they have written something inside that. But outside variable name is what? Print only now. Since inside function is there, it is a function. Variable name cannot be used with the brackets now. Variable name cannot be used with the brackets. The entire thing is inside. Variable name or function name or any name should be outside like this only. Now this name out, what are the object name is there? You have used the same object name with the 40. Now which is the latest out of these two? Yours is latest, this was latest. Yours is latest. This is the previous already inbuilt in the Python. So automatically this will work or this will work. Which is latest? This has to work. So that is the reason it is not working. It is clear now? Why we should not use the inbuilt functions as the variable name is, this is the reason. You will only get the problems. Okay, it can be used or misused, but the problem is this. Similarly, library name, module name, whatever names are there, whichever is converting to green color, don't go with that. For example, sklearn. Okay, sklearn and or I'm going to use the pandas. Okay, pandas, I'm going to write 10. Now, I'm going to import pandas. Import pandas. It will throw the error. Okay, now see, here I'm going to import the pandas. Now, for example, pandas dot example. I'm trying with an example, guys. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay, so pandas dot series. It is going to give the output like this. Now the same pandas was used as the variable and this one you are using as the variable. Now here point is print pandas. Now what is the answer? You are going to get as a module name or you are going to get this one. So now see, sir, int object is not callable. What is latest out of these two? This one is latest or this one is latest? Import pandas is latest because cell number 43, cell number 44. Which one was executed recently? Pandas was executed. So print pandas means error. But pandas I have SN with the 10 now. Where is this? So always remember what are the latest one was SN. It will go with the latest one. The old one will be deleted automatically. Is the point is clear, guys? So very simple. All these things are unnecessary things. In the reality, once we practice the once we practice the Python, as we get the experience, we will clearly know that there will be no use of using that particular variable. Now you'll get a doubt. Sir, print why you should not use, sir, or ID I cannot use. You are saying all these things. But in the Python, so many inbuilt functions will be there. Multiple. Count how many inbuilt functions are there means more than 1 lakh. How I can know? I told you a very simple shortcut called as whichever is converting to green color, don't use that blindly. You can't remember all the 1 lakh. I also don't know. I also literally don't know. What are the 1 lakh functions? If you ask me, I also don't know. Example also I have told you in the flow 1 lakh. It is more than that only. Right? Simple, whichever is in the green color, don't use that. Clear, guys? Everyone? So inbuilt functions and user-defined functions, everyone are clear? Now for any function, how to read the doc string is clear now? How to read the doc string is shift tab. After clicking on the shift plus tab, a doc string will open. Inside the doc string, you are going to read what is the meaning of that and what argument it will take, what it will give. That's it. We'll understand what is the input, what is the expected return, and to understand these two, what is the documentation? Is the point is clear? Now in the POW function only, let's take an example of POW. Here they have given the base and exponent. Base to the power of exponent. Sir, can I use SRK, comma, 40? Is that okay? SRK 40 means what is the meaning of this? SRK to the power of 40. Forget about the Python. Manually it is possible. Huh? Generally SRK power 40 if you ask. What is the meaning of this? 2 power 4. What is the meaning of 2 power 4? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. That is the meaning. So SRK power, for example, not 40, at least 4. SRK into SRK into SRK into SRK. Okay, it is possible, huh? Not possible. It will simply throw the error. Sir, you told concatenation. Concatenation means plus symbol, not into symbol. Into means after that should be number. Int should be there. If you are multiplying with the multiplication, number should be there, not with the non-strings. Okay, is the point is clear? Everyone? So just it will apply the logic. Wherever it is possible, it will give the output. Wherever it is not possible, it will throw the error. Clear guys, everyone? So this is an example of the inbuilt functions. Now last type of functions is called as module functions. Most important. Why that much of most means? Because this one only we are going to use. This point I will explain always again and again. I am saying this in the entire concepts. What are the concepts we are learning last? That is only most important. In our course of 4.5 months course program, of course, plus 15 days. Due to my last few days I am absent now. Obviously, course will be extended, right? So now it is 5 months program. Now, what are the 5 months program I am going to have? What is the last topic I am going to discuss? I don't know. Something I will discuss. That one only will use in the company. To learn that one, these are the things we are going to use. Remember, okay, till you learn the BTech. BTech is most important, but to complete the BTech, intermediate. Before to that, 10th class. In the school level, everyone will say 10th class is more important. When we are studying 6th class, which one is more important? 6th class is more important. In the 6th class also, first unit test will be there. Before to that, SIP test will be there. When compared to SIP test, unit test is better or SIP test is better? When compared to unit test, half yearly is better, unit test is better. When compared to half yearly test, annual test is important, half yearly is important. But when we are preparing half yearly exams, everyone will say that half yearly is more important. Don't miss this exam. Again, when it comes to the annual exams are more important. Same logic. What are the final concept is that one only more important. But to learn that final concept, before things are important. For example, you don't know what is functions. You also define functions you don't know. Inbuilt functions you don't know. Assume I am going to explain directly for you module functions. Think in that way and see. You not understand. Now, if you are understanding the module functions means before you know already the previous functions. What is functions and what are those? You know that. That is the reason you are using this. For example, if you don't know, no. Now the point is very simple. Module functions concept, they came with the like this. For example, def. Okay, I'm creating add a comma b. This is the function. I'm creating a return a plus b. First function. Function 2 sub. This is the function in a comma b. Okay, now return a minus b, right? Next, def mul. This is the third function name, a comma b, and return a into b. Okay, 3 functions I have created and I have executed also. Executed. So automatically objects will be created. Add object, sub object, and mul object. 3 objects will be created automatically in the RAM. Okay. Now I'm going to use the add function. Add of 2 comma 3. What is the add of 2 comma 3 means? Which is 2 plus 3. Output I'm going to get as 5. Done. Now I'm going to take here new Python 3. That is new Jupyter notebook. Now whatever I have created there, I'm using here 2 comma 3. Add of 2 comma 3. It is throwing the error. Sir, it is in the RAM only, no, sir. In the RAM only it is available only for that particular kernel. This is a different kernel. This kernel and that kernel both are not same. In the backend, whenever you open the new one, it will automatically open the new kernel in the backend. There is no connection between one Jupyter notebook to another Jupyter notebook. There is no connection. Kernels are different. Kernels means the RAM space is different. So what are the objects you have created here inside this one? None of the object will be executed there. Not even one. Okay. So here, then how to use these functions? These three functions, again, I have to use. How to use? Very simple. I'm going to copy all these functions in a single cell. What are the functions I have created till now? I'll use all of them in a single cell. One-time creation can be used for multiple times. Creation is one time only. In this entire Jupyter notebook, 100 times you want also, you can use that. But creation is one time. Now, whatever this one is there, I'm going to copy and here I'll write and paste and execute. Now, again, I can use this. This is a simple function, simply I'm copying and pasting. For example, while my work, I have created total 100 functions I have created. How many I have created? 100 created. Plus, okay, created 100. And each function is approximately 5 to 10 lines. Okay, every function is 5 to 10 lines or 10 lines. Let's make round figure 10 lines. 10 into 100 functions. Total 10,000 lines. Sorry, 1,000 lines. 1,000 lines are there. Now I'm going to copy all these 1,000 lines in every Jupyter notebook separately. For example, if I'm executing, I'm going to copy miss? No. Then what I'm going to do is, for example, here, if I copy like this, what are the functions are created? If I copy, after copying, if I execute, it will work. Because already in this kernel also it is executed. Now, I'm going to take one more kernel. Now, instead of copying all the functions, how many functions I have done? Instead of copying all these functions, what I'm going to do is, I will copy all these things, functions, what are the functions I have created, I will copy into one notepad separately. I'm opening one notepad and inside the notepad, I'm going to save this one. And the notepad name, what are the notepad name is there? I'm going to give the notepad name something like this, save as. I'm going to save as srk.py. Okay. Now srk.py. Now this is called as module. What is meant by module? Having all the functions in one location is called as module. Sir, only module means only functions will be there. Functions or variables or anything. In that calling should not be there. Only defining should be there. So for example, if I write this one only, let's take this one more time. I'm trying to open with notepad. So inside this function is there. You can call this function, right? You will call this function. What is the use of calling? Because output will not be displayed in the notepad, right? Output will not be displayed now. What is the use of calling? So here, point is very simple. There is no use of calling or there is no use of printing or anything because output will not be printed. What are the you want to see? You cannot see. Just it is going to store in the RAM. Now here you can assign the variables. A is equal to 10, B is equal to 90. This is not printing, right? They are storing. This is also storing. This is also storing. This is also storing. Everything are storing. So whichever the things are going to store, that you are going to write in one single Python file. That Python file is called as module file. A Python file which consists of functions and variables is called as module. Now, once you have written like this, now this is your module. In the SRK module, what are the functions are there? SRK, sub, mul, three of them are there. Now, see here. Now I'm going to take one more separately new Jupyter notebook. In this Jupyter notebook, I'm going to import SRK. What are the SRK is there? Now, where is SRK is located? On the desktop. Where is my Jupyter notebook is located? Somewhere else. Both are in the two different folders. Both of them should be in the same folder. Then only user defined modules will be used. Now, what are the module? First, tell me what is meant by module. Module means a Python file. A Python file means which is a .py file. A .py file which consists of functions and variables is called as module. In this module, what are the types of modules we are having? Is two types of modules are there. One is user defined modules that is created by me, my own module with my own functions. Second one is inbuilt module. Inbuilt means Python has created. Is the point is clear, everyone? Now, in order to use user-defined module, a combination of multiple functions is called as module. A combination of multiple modules is called as library. Python library means a combination of modules. Okay? Exactly. Library means a combination of modules. Done? Now, so let us discuss about the modules. And inside these modules, I'm going to explain for you. First one is user-defined module. I'll start with the user-defined module. User-defined module. Now, what are the user-defined module you are having? Where inside that functions are available. In order to use user-defined module, okay, user-defined module should be, in order to use the user-defined module should be in your working directory. In your working directory. In order to use the user-defined module. For inbuilt module, no need. Okay, what is meant by working directory? Now, what is meant by working directory? Working directory means where your Python file is located. Where the folder or the path where your present Python file. Present Python file means present IPNB file. What are the .ipnb file is located? That location is called as working directory, wherever it is located. Sir, how I can know? This is my Jupyter notebook. Sir, in the home button, it is available like this, sir. I'm not asking here. I'm asking inside the laptop where it is located, not here. Where it is located means how you can identify that location. Very simple, just by writing the PWD. PWD means present working directory. It will give the entire path. That is your working directory. Okay, PWD is your working directory. Means now what is the file name? This is untitled one. Let me give as untitled one as example something. Now this example.ipnb file, where it is located? In the D drive, inside that AI/ML classes by SRK, inside that core Python folder. So let me open my D drive. This is my D drive. Inside the D drive, AI and ML classes, inside that core Python folder, here, what are the example? This is the file which I'm using. where it is located is clear now. Now, this example, this path, this folder, what of this folder is there? This is your working directory. Here, the user-defined module should be available. But where it is available? On your desktop. So what to do? Very simple. Copy from here and paste in your working directory. Now, both of them are available in the same position. This is user-defined module. This is your present, whatever your Python file. Both are available in the same folder. Now automatically this is going to execute. Is the point is clear? It will be executed without any kind of error. For example, both are not in the same folder. Then it will throw the error. To resolve this problem, when user defined module, UDM is user defined module, UDF is user defined function. When user defined module is not in working directory, okay, WD means working directory. You write full forms. You don't write shortcuts and next day again forgetting and asking me, sir, what is WD? Sir, yesterday you told something, sir. Okay, so please write full forms. I'm explaining now, please write. So when user defined module is not available in working directory, not in the working directory, two options are there to solve this problem. One, either change working directory or copy UDM in your working directory. Copy UDM and paste in working directory. These are the two options. One is change the directory only. Change your working directory only, change. This is one way. To where it has to be changed, change working directory to where UDM is available. Wherever your UDM is available, change your working directory to that position. This is option number one. This is option number two. Out of these two, which is best? This is best. Why? Because generally, what are the project we are working, related to that particular project, what are the files are there, everything always will keep in one location only. In C drive one, in D drive one, in download something, in the desktop something, like this will not keep. When we are working inside the company, related to project, all the files will be in the one single location. That we call it as directory, project directory. Directory means path, wherever your project is located. Okay, that is the best option. But second option is also available. Sir, I want to work with the second option, sir. What to do? Very simple. Change the directory. CD. CD means change directory. To which one you have to change? Wherever your SRK is available. I mean, user defined module, click on the properties. Your path will be there. Copy this one. Control C. And paste here. Completed. Directory was changed. If you want to cross check PWD. Now what is your PWD? Now directory only changed. Now also import SRK will work. Two options are this one. Simply change the directory or copy your user defined module and paste in the working directory. Out of these two. First, how to check your working directory is PWD. How to change directory is CD. Simple. Sir, but changing directory is a long process now. That is in the command prompt. I am not working in the command prompt. In the command prompt, if you want to change the directory, that is again a different process. In the Jupyter notebook, simple. So this logic is applicable only in the Jupyter notebook. In other things, in the Spider, damn this easy. How it is easy? In the Spider side, you will have the one red this scroll bar option. In this scroll bar, it will ask to select the folder name. In your laptop, whichever the folder you select, that one only it will automatically select the working directory. That is still more easy in the Spider. Okay. Sir, what about in the PyCharm or Visual Code or something? When we'll discuss that one, we'll discuss. Right now, that is not required. Spider or Jupyter Notebook. Only two things I have told you now. In the Spider, how to change the working directory is automatically your help window will be there, right? The third window. What are the third window is there? One is console window, help window, and editor window. In the editor window, we are going to write the code. In the console window, we'll see the output. In the help window is there, right? Out of which one of them is variable explorer. In the top, you will have this one. Side with the scroll bar option will be there. If you want, you can cross check after the class. Okay. And just you have to set the folder. Automatically it will change. Is the point is clear? Or simply you can execute this one also in the console window. Copy this one and paste in the console window also, it will work. Choice is yours. If you control C and control V in the console window, automatically this will change that one. If you change here, control console window, automatically it will be printed. Anything, not a problem. Is the points are clear, guys? We'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class, and I will discuss with you the modules, how to use the module functions. Within the module functions, just we have imported. Okay, in the imports also different types of imports are there. Okay, different types of imports are there. I'm going to explain the types of imports, and from that I'll tell you how to use the module functions, and I'll take as an example of some of the modules. In that some of the modules example only, I'm going to explain for you the various modules. What are the various modules we are going to discuss? The first module name is called as math. Second module name is called as random. Third module name is called as numpy. Fourth one is called as pandas. And fifth module name is called as sklearn. It is a library. sklearn.preprocessing is the preprocessing is a module name which is available inside the sklearn. Okay. Next we are having the TensorFlow, Keras, CV, like this. In that one of them is your AutoGen is one of the module name which is agentic AI. In that one of the module name is called as MCP server, which is again one of the agent, AI agent. Okay. And one of them is transformers, which is your Gen AI. One of them is OpenAI. Module name is OpenAI. Module name only OpenAI. Like this, multiple modules are there. In the entire Python, how many modules are there? Means approximately 22,000 plus modules are there. 22 modules. Are we going to learn this 22,000 modules? Means directly we'll be staying in the Eragata only in Hyderabad. Okay, if you learn all the 22,000. Okay, so 22,000 modules we are not going to learn. Sir, if I want to learn also daily one module, if you learn also 22,000 days will be taken. By that time, your retirement also will be completed. Forget about joining. Retirement date only will be completed. So Python, we are not going to learn all the modules or all the concepts in the entire Python. Which are the relevant only we are going to learn. Okay. Is the points are clear, guys? Done. We'll continue from here in the tomorrow's class.